Welcome back to the Toyota Proace build. On this episode we're going to be putting some new front seats in. It's currently got the standard factory seats. I've got some 2021 Peugeot 208 GT seats to go in. So the reason I've gone for these seats, there's two reasons actually. One is they're way cheaper than buying a Proace captain's seat, which is around 900 quid. I got these two for 300 quid for the pair, so 150 each, so that's a fraction of the price. Second reason I bought these seats is Proace is built in the Peugeot factory, and I'm hoping the looms on these seats are just going to fit straight into the Proace, and it's just a plug and play situation. On the base of this new seat, we're going to have to make these rails nice and flat, so I've got to cut off a few of the brackets so it sits flat on this new setup we're creating. What I'm doing here is creating a little template to mark out the seat bolts on the existing seat and the new seat. From that I can then take that into CAD and design my own little brackets up and then get those made and fabricated. I positioned the new seat onto the template I've just made. Now I'm going to mark the holes out just with a permanent marker. As I theorised, these two seats use the same components. So we've got the Peugeot 208 GTI or GT, and then this is the Toyota Proace, which is also used in the Citroen Dispatch and the Peugeot Expert. So because I know these are made in the same factory, all the plugs are the same. So literally I should just be able to plug this seat straight in with those existing plugs, and the seat belts are exactly the same, so I don't need to faff around or any of that, just plug it straight in. The Toyota Proace seats don't have any airbags anyway, so all they have is this wire, which is a seatbelt sensor that comes up on the dash to make sure you've got the seatbelt on when you're driving, and this one has the same exact setup, same plugs, so I'm hoping I'll just plug that in and it'll just work. Looking at the holes from the bottom, they're on number 2 and 4, and on this one where I'd be plugging in, it's only on 1 and there's no other ones, so I'm guessing it's wired slightly differently. Although it's the same plugs, it's obviously slightly differently wired. So what I'm going to do is take this whole loom off, because I think this plug is the same as this plug by the looks of it. I'm just going to check it now. So again, these are all the same mouldings. It's just on this plug here on the Peugeot, got these little notches which locate into the notches on there. This one has similar notches, but they are in a slightly different position. So what I think I'm going to do is cut the notches off this one, and then it should just slot straight into this one, is my idea. There's another little one here. Just cut it off. Right, that locks straight in to the Peugeot one. So it's the same exact moulding, the teeth are just slightly different on it, but I don't see why that wouldn't work. The last thing I've got to do is there's a slight height difference between these two seats, so I've got to measure that so I can make the bracket spaced up slightly. Shout out to Eddie's Shed for making me these brackets. I'll leave a link in the description. They make awesome fire pits, so go and check them out. So these were made off the template I just made, and I went for a slightly different design. I just went for L's, so there's less holes to line up. So go down each rail, spaced up 50mm because the seat's slightly lower. And I've got some high tensile steel bolts for to mount the new Peugeot seat to this bracket, and then these go to the original factory mounts in the car. Got some nylon locking nuts, some M10 washers as well, and then I got some red Loctite or thread locker to put on to the bolts as well, just for some extra security. Right, so if this is wired correctly, I shouldn't get any seatbelt issues. Just put the seatbelt in.
Big studios and lots of Hollywood blockbusters are filmed here, including...
The seatbelt light should go out if it's all connected correctly. And it's out. So all my wiring worked. Onto the other side. Currently got the twin seat, so we're going for a single as well, but this one's going to be swivel. So I got this from Caravan, I think that's how you say it. So yeah, this is a swivel for the Proace, and it comes with a base. And I'm hoping the bolts that are in this are the right length for this setup, because it's got these collars here to space it up, like the passenger seat. The passenger seat actually has, so the single seats in these have like a collar upstand and a longer bolt, but this twin seat seems to have bolts straight on the base of the chassis, so I'm not 100% sure if this is going to work. But they didn't supply any seat bolts, so I'm hoping these seat bolts fit. So yeah, let's take the seat out and see what happens. So I've just taken two of these out, and they're not very long, and the collars for the base are the same length. So it looks like I need some different bolts, or longer bolts, to take the collar as well on the new base, which I don't tell you on the website, but I guess they expect that you have a single seat, not a double, and the double obviously has different bolts. So I'm going to have to come back to this. So I've just taken a bolt out of the seat on the other side, and that's what I need, which is about twice the length of the other one. So I'm going to have to order some of these up and come back to this. So I got myself some M10 60mm bolts to fit the frame down. there's the seatbelt warning light on this side, and it's currently coming out of sort of the middle of the van, and it needs to come out about here, so I'm going to have to cut a little slot and redirect it through the middle. I'm going to do a similar shape like that. And if you look under here, you've got all the bolt holes, and they're just tapes, so these are the ones we're going to use. That one there, and there's one there. So just going to untape those and then tape up the ones I'm not going to use anymore, which are over here. There's some under this bracket. So with the new kit you get these collars. This spaces the new base bracket above the sound deadening insulation area. So what you have to do is cut holes where the bolts are to take these new ones, and you just slot those in like that. I'm just going to cut another one here, just with the standard blade, and then put all the collars in. The front ones are exposed, so I can just do that there at the front.